Hi, friends. I'm so happy to be with you for the June 2021 message. My heart goes out to each and every one of you who are listening in this June or at a later time, and everyone connected to it. Whatever you're going through, my heart goes out to you. And that is relevant for this month's message because we're talking about judgment and hierarchy. Sometimes I share a message that is word for word from the Akashic Records. Today I feel really called to do an amalgamation, to connect with my own experience with judgment and hierarchy and invite you to share in the experience of non-judgment with me. If this is something that you have heard of before and have an adverse relationship to trying, I invite you to meet me someplace. And I invite you to meet me someplace in your heart center. And if you feel adverse to trying it, please just make it an experiment and be open to it for maybe 2 to 3 minutes. So I invite you someplace in your heart center where all the pain and the joy of your lived experiences reside. The place where you see clearly all of the emotional trauma that you've been through, whether from experiences in the workplace, from being in a society that is so ungrounded and makes truly crazy choices. And by crazy, I mean choices that are coming from the head that are not rooted in reality, that are not rooted in the results of their actions and how they affect other people. To the place in your heart where you feel all of the suffering or anxiety that you've ever been through from your family of origin, from school, from your culture, where you are able to actually see all that and be with that. I invite you to the place in your heart that has a dark, gentle, womb-like stillness, where you can be with dark and difficult things. I invite you to join me here and see what's really true for you in this place, in this womb-like space. The reason I started with the dark things is because so often these things go unacknowledged. So when we start sharing about judgment, we start sharing about hierarchy and compassion, the part of us that knows that these things need to be felt, need to be seen, need to be taken seriously, that racism is real, that classism is real, that corruption in the government is real. Part of us that knows those things needs to be felt first. And we can go there and we can see them clearly because you are perfectly capable at this place in your heart, this place of stillness, to see all things without looking away, without turning from pain. This place that can be with difficult emotions. I invite you here with me. I invite you to feel all the judgment that comes up around it. That was a bad thing to do. That caused harm. This isn't right. And to be with those. And I also invite in all the joy that you've ever experienced, all the moments of laughter, where you felt the sunshine on your face, you danced with the wind, you looked up at the sky in awe, you felt your breath and you experienced it for the miracle that it is. Where you looked around at creation with wonder, with excitement, inviting in those feelings of possibilities. Maybe if you went to high school or college, what it felt like to graduate. Feel like your future was in front of you, like you could do anything, like anything was possible. The feeling of health and happiness. Invite those into your experience, but still from that warm, gentle, warm, dark space in your heart. Everything's included. Everything's here. Almost like you're expanding your capacity for joy and pleasure on one side, and your ability to be with and see difficult things on the other. Like your heart is expanding. and you can experience it all from somewhat of a removed position. I want to tell you something now, and I don't want you to take it as true. I want you to see if it's true for you. All these experiences are beautiful. All of them are sacred, and all of them can be cherished. This is what it means to me personally, to be in non-judgment, to love and trust the beauty in difficult things, as well as in beautiful things, to appreciate discomfort as much as I appreciate comfort, and to love it all, to be with it all, to take my sovereignty back, to create a life that is authentic, that flows with life, that is for the benefit of others. To know that bad things can happen, and that I still have the power to create what I want to in this life. That I allow people to have the expressions of consciousness that they choose to have, whether that be the victim or the victimizer, the one who's in pain. As difficult as it can be, or it has been for me, to see my loved ones suffer in deep psychological or physical pain, to love them enough and trust them enough to have their experiences, to know what is mine and what is theirs, to be with it all in this place of holding the mystery, holding all experiences sacred. And so as we move forward into June, I invite you to love yourself, every version of you that you've ever been, every version of the sacred and the divine and the consciousness that is being expressed by others, that is being expressed on this earth. Knowing that we have the capacity to be with and handle it all. If you start having thoughts that put yourself down or put others down as bad or wrong, just bring yourself back to this place in your heart of mystery, of sacredness for life. And know that these experiences aren't forever. This life isn't permanent for any of us. And that we get to decide in each moment what we choose, who we choose to be. To act from a place of love and kindness, truth, authenticity, or to go into the judgment mind and tell other people they're bad or wrong, to spread blame, to blame ourselves or others. There's no right or wrong way. I'm just bringing to your awareness that this is a choice that we all get to make. I love you so much, and I'd love to hear how this message resonates with you. Happy June.